Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are making use of our old friend, or new friend, Voice of Resurgence, new to the Explorer format, in another build, and this is Selesnya Vehicles. This is a deck where a couple of different versions of this have been flying around. It looks quite interesting, so I'm going to give it a go. So essentially it's built around Isika's Chariot, which we've seen before in many other decks like Greased Fang or Gruul Vehicles, so a 4/4 for 4 legendary vehicle. When it enters the battlefield, you create 2 green 2/2 cat creature tokens, and whenever it attacks, you create a token that's a copy of target token you control. So it essentially starts producing cats that you can just start copying. Obviously, works quite well with Voice of Resurgence because the Voice of Resurgence tokens can also be copied by Seeker's Chariot, so that's quite fun. And then the rest of the deck is kind of that classic kind of vehicles mid-range build, a bit of ramp as well. So we've got all 8 copies of the 1 mana elves. We've got the 4 Voice of Resurgence, so just a reminder that is a 2/2 for 2 that says whenever an opponent casts a spell during your turn, and when it dies, create a white and green elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. So it's normally always a 2 for 1, but also against certain types of decks can make it incredibly difficult for them to play their game. So counterspell control decks, decks which rely on a lot of flash creatures, they struggle a great deal against Voice of Resurgence. So it's a very variable in performance card. There are some matchups where it'll be incredibly powerful, and others where it basically just be a 2/2 for 2, and those are the kind of ones where you want to be sideboarding it out. But it's one of my favourite cards in the format, so it's good to see it here. Then we're also running 3 copies of Invasion of Gobekhan, which acts to disrupt the opponent's hand initially when the battle phase comes down, and then when it turns into the Light Shield array, it can be used to buff up your creatures and also to protect them from mass removal spells. 2 copies of Dromoka's Command, so a 2 mana instant that lets us choose 2 between preventing all damage target instant and sorcery spell would deal, making a player sacrifice an enchantment, putting a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or having a fight. So this is a very versatile and powerful 2 mana removal spell. And then we've got Malira the Living Cure, which is a 3/3 for 2. It does stop us getting too many poison counters, but that's a fairly marginal benefit in this particular format. More the other clause, which is you can exile it to choose another creature or artifact. When it's put into the graveyard this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So we can do that with Voice of Resurgence and still get its death trigger, or a Seeker's Chariot and bring it back for more cats. So there's a lot that we can do there. And then at 3 mana, we've got 3 copies of Adeline, 2 copies of Skyclave Apparition, and 4 copies of Lovestruck Beast. We've seen these all before in various decks. This is a kind of army in a can. By itself, Skyclave is a good removal spell, and Lovestruck Beast is just very, very good value for its mana cost. And then we've got 4 copies of Steel Seraph. So it's a 6 mana 5/4 with flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink. But obviously, it also has prototype for 1 and 2 white, so very often we're playing it as a 3/3, and then we can, give our chariots flying, buff up our Voice of Resurgence tokens, give them lifelink and vigilance or whatever it may be. So that's a very handy addition to the deck. And then we've got a lot of dual lands, as you'd expect. Razorverge Thicket, in particular, in this deck is very handy, just because it's a fast land with a lot of cards which are low mana. Then we've got 2 Lair of the Hydra, 2 Iganjo, and a Boseiju as our kind of creature and utility lands. And then in the sideboard, 3 copies of Portable Hole, 2 Declaration in Stone, which is a good way of removing decks which run a lot of tokens or cards of the same name. Destroy Evil for dealing with problematic big creatures or enchantments. 2 copies of Rest in Peace, they deal with graveyards, obviously. Dromoka's Command, another copy of that if we need it, if the opponent's playing a heavy enchantment deck or if we just need lots of fight spells. And then a new one, which we don't see hugely often, is 2 copies of Phyrexian Censor. So this is a 3/3 for 3 that says each player can't cast more than 1 non-Phyrexian spell each turn. So you bring that in against decks which try to do a lot of things all in one go, so Phoenix decks, that kind of thing. And then Redain against Control, and Yasharn to deal with sacrifice decks as well, that stops the opponent from sacrificing non-land permanents or paying life in any way. So that is that. So that is the deck. Selesnya Vehicles, a little different from the Gruul Vehicles build, but with some of the same ideas. So yeah, let's see how this does. As always, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Plenty more content to come. We may be dipping into historic at some point before too long, just to take a look at what's going on there. While the Explorer metagame continues to be a little bit stale, we may as well just try out a few new things. So yeah, stick around for that. And let's go onto the ladder and see how we go on with this. Okay, we'll take the play. Our rank has reset because I'm recording this the 31st of July in the evening. So see if we can get a Seraph down turn 2. That'll be a nice handy addition to the board. Yep. Okay, looks like our opponent is on some kind of Izzet deck, so it could be Phoenix, could be... yeah, it does look like a Phoenix deck. So let's drop Steel Seraph. And we'll give it lifelink, doesn't really matter. Melira, obviously, I should have said, if you use it on a Steel Seraph, it will come back in its 5/4 form. So that could be a potentially interesting interaction. Okay, so the opponent is on Phoenix. Yeah, maybe we should have played Melira first there. Thinking about it now, maybe that would have been better. Oh well. You live and learn. So let's drop Melira. Allow our elf. Allow our elf. So we've got a reasonable amount of power on the board, but we are out of things to do. So let's see what they do next. Okay, so they're running Thing in the Ice. Fair enough. Yeah. Blech. Okay, well, we may as well try and do some damage. Yep. 2 Phoenixes. Not a fan. We might struggle here, I think, unless we draw something good. Okay, invasion's not bad, so let's pop that into play. Get anything good out of their hand. Yeah, stopping them here is going to be quite tough, but let's take Finale of Promise just so it's not the easiest thing in the world for them to do. Let's send all those at the invasion. Yep, all of our stuff's going back to our hand, unfortunately, this turn. Fortunately, Light Shield Array does not stop that from happening. Yep. Okay, let's move on from this game. We did not may have a nearly quick enough start there. So let's pop in Portable Hole, Declaration in Stone, Rest in Peace, Phyrexian Censor. And let's take out Invasion. Not that fussed about that here. Voice of Resurgence. How is that? That is okay, I think. Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, I'm not fussed about Lovestruck Beast here, actually. And a couple of Steel Seraphs can go as well. Giving our creatures flying is a bit less impressive in this build, this matchup, rather. Yeah, that's decent enough. A couple of Voice of Resurgences will give us a bit of early power. Okay, I like Skyclave. Also going to be much more difficult for them to make maximum use of their instants here. Interesting choice there. Okay, that did turn out quite well for them because it stopped us playing our chariot, but okay, one in the bin. It's not that one. Let's play a Seeker's Chariot. Yep, okay. Fairly easy game 2. So, what are we doing anything different on game 3? I don't think so. I'm reasonably happy with this build. Might drop a portable hole and put in a destroy evil instead. No, actually, it's just basically the same thing. It's just more mana. Hits thing in the ice, doesn't hit Phoenix. Yep, this is a decent pop elf into play. Yeah, lack of land, lack of land. Voice of Resurgence. Ooh, okay, thank God for that. Let's what are we playing here? Let's just take away the thing in the ice. Okay. Well, do it all over again. Decent. Okay, let's drop. So they still don't have any Phoenixes, so let's drop a Seeker's Chariot into play. Attack with Voice of Resurgence. Yep. I get a 4/4, which I can now copy with my chariot. How rude. Okay, they do have the 3 instants and sorceries, fair enough. No second Phoenix, though, so we'll take that. Good, good. Okay, so are we playing Sensor here? So I think let's crew our chariot. Let's play Dramoka's command. Pop a counter on that. Fight the Phoenix. Play Sensor. Pass the turn. There we are. Good first game against Phoenix there. Ugh. 1 land, 3 elves, no white mana. And that's not very good either, but I think we'll have no choice but to keep this one. Hope the evasion can do some good work for us. Okay, so our opponent's on creativity style stuff, so let's take Fate Mirror Breaker, it's far too good. At the moment they're stuck with Xenagos in their hand, so... Ooh, interesting. So I would like to play that, but I'm just playing it straight into a Volcanic Spite. Oh, okay, they're going to use. So that's Xenagos gone back on the bottom of their library. That deck is nothing if not predictable. A Snarl. That's fun. You don't see those very often. So let's give that lifelink. Send it to the invasion. Play the Light Shield array. Frostboil Snarl. Oh, what a weak land cycle those were. They downshifted the Shadows over Innistrad versions of these to uncommon. So at the moment we're going to get comboed next turn. which is not ideal. Should I save that? I think I probably should. So, what am I taking away here? Probably the token or the fable. Oh, I can't take the token. What am I talking about? Ignore me. I'll do that block. Interesting. Okay. Don't know what they were thinking there. We're still only one turn from being comboed though, so mustn't get too excited about the whole thing. Llanowar Elf is not going to do it for us, but let's keep the attacks going. Just hope they mess up. Seems unlikely that they will at this point, but no, fair enough. So, how do we effectively sideboard against this combo? Redain. Is Phyrexian Sensor any good here? I suppose it makes their creatures enter the battlefield tapped, so yes. And let's take out Dromoka's command. And what else are we taking out here? Probably just a couple of elves. Yeah. The easiest deck, I think, for this matchup. We don't run a huge number of removal spells. Maybe we should have taken Creativity rather than Fable. But Fable is just so much value that it's hard to not. Let's drop Voice of Resurgence into play. Play Invasion. Could do with not just drawing constant land. Definitely will take Fable this time. Okay, Adeline's pretty good, actually. Yes, the Adeline's very good here. So let's play this on its white side. So that works. They will impulse, but we will play Light Shield Array. Okay, I feel like if this was an easy choice, they'd have just done it. So let's hope they haven't found a creativity. Okay, let's play Malira. Let's make some attacks. Fair enough. Do they have creativity is the question. Because if not, they are probably super dead next turn. One time, no combo. God damn it. Anything we can do here. See if we give these, it's still a 30-30. That's just a naught. No. Ugh. Oh well, we've got a runner being on the play, so can't complain too much, I suppose. Bam. Open with Elf. Let's pop down a Steel Seraph. Ah, an artifact deck. That's fun, you don't see those hugely often. So let's pop down a Voice of Resurgence, a Lovestruck Beast token. This can have lifelink for the turn. So we still need a could really do with another land here. Another Radiant Fountain. What have they got cooking here? Genuinely no idea. Okay. Power Stone Shard is fine. That's not really fine, so let's just get as much power on the board as we can. Let's give this Vigilance. Oh, Blast Zone. Okay. Khan, sure. Golos. There's a lot happening here, and I'm a fan of none of it. So let's play another Heart's Desire. Play another Lovestruck Beast. Let's give this flying. Let's kill Khan. Hit them for 5. You've let everyone down, Khan. Okay, so the opponent's just playing sort of colourless good stuff. So, how do I deal with that? I think Redain is probably a good shout here. Declaration in Stone, is that any good? I'm sure I saw enough of the opponent's deck to say that with confidence. Let's pop in another Dramoka's command. Let's take out Malira for now, just because I'm not sure what removal they're running. Yep, that'll do. Ooh, turn 1 Blast Zone. Let's pop an Elvish Mystic into play. Let's play Elf and Invasion. What are we taking here? Forsaken Monument, Khan. Khan I can kill relatively easily, so let's take the Monument. Lack of land's going to be a problem here, so let's drop Redain. And our Heart's Desire. Yep. So they got a lot of mana. Not sure there's anything we can do about that. So let's take out one of their Power Stone shards. Let's bop Khan in the face so they can't use. And then, so they're on 7 mana at the moment, so if they don't draw a land, they can't play Leveler at this point. Okay. Ooh, Dramoka's command is good. Okay, so let's kill target creature fight. Oh yeah, panic there for a second. Let's kill Khan before they can use it again. Play a Love-Struck Beast. Okay, we have fought it back there, and we've got them down to 6 mana, so that's not bad. Okay, they're back up to 7 again. So, Adeline or Steel Seraph here? I think we are playing Seraph. We are giving our Love-Struck Beast flying. We are taking that down, attacking their face. Playing Light Shield Array. Passing the turn. There you are. Excellent. So that was Selesnya Vehicles. Good fun to use. Didn't get a huge amount out of our vehicles there, but the rest of the cards performed pretty well. Struggled against creativity, but I think our hand disruption choices were not great there, so. Ooh, a pack. Let's open a Lord of the Rings pack and see how we go. Last March of the Ents. There you are. Commander card if ever I saw one. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. So yeah, that was Selesnya Vehicles. Good fun to use. Here is the deck list one last time. Voice of Resurgence, always a fun card. I enjoy playing that. So yeah, it's a relatively new idea. So as I say, it's not mine. I took it from some other deck lists which were floating around. But yeah, could probably do with some tweaking somewhere along the line. But I quite like how it works. Didn't get to kind of do the Malira combo with any of our kind of pieces, but I can see why that would be appealing. So yeah, that's the deck. Thanks very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons as ever, and I will see you next time.